I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love. I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love.
Hello, friends. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain, and we're your fuck buddies.
We are a dating and sex advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations and turn them into sexy, sticky situations.
Simply put, we find questions either online from our wonderful listeners or from yourselves who are here today. You will know this piece of paper on your tables. We have 2 breaks. We will be around. If you have questions, we will shuffle them up and answer them in the coming acts.
So when I upload these, I call them like intimate evenings, and I think this evening will be the most intimate of the evenings that we've had.
Yeah, we decided to really make tonight exclusive. So after all you guys signed up, we were like, you know what? No more.
No more.
We don't need anyone else.
We don't want anyone else.
Yeah, you
This
guys
is it.
are the perfect people, the perfect amount, the perfect crew.
If anyone else comes out of that elevator,
Tell them to get the fuck back in.
I'm gonna hit them with a chair.
Yeah.
We do this show every week on Spotify.
We do.
Or like any podcasting app, really.
Yeah.
And we're excited to do it for you live right now. Do you want to start? Oh, there's something
We got other things to talk about.
There's something really important to me that I want to talk about, and it's been bothering me since I first thought of it.
Okay.
So in like every time a Fast and the Furious movie comes out, there's like a spike
In car deaths,
in
yeah.
car-related accidents.
Mm-hmm.
How many women do you think are going to have ill-fated threesomes because of Challengers?
So many.
Like, how many people are going to be like, we're not going to talk about this, we're just going to do it.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh no, this has gone poorly.
I'm just worried about the amount of people who are going to think tennis is cool.
Okay, that's also a challenging thought, but a
challengers.
right one. Because I had people the other day genuinely excited about who won an F1 race.
Oh, everyone's fucking obsessed with F1.
that
And the
can't
fact that
be a
people
thing,
call
right?
it F1 is weird too.
What
It's
is
Formula
it?
1.
I mean,
That's what it is. It's what it always has been.
Going back
I
to-
don't know why I care. I don't give a
going
shit
back to
about
Fast and the Furious, I think we're perfectly
Oh,
fine
that's the
saying
only
F
F1,
numbers,
yeah.
right? It's weird that people are getting really, really excited about sports that suck. Golf? People are fucking hype about golf. Like the amount I had someone once, like I think it was like the Super Bowl, and someone was like, "You gonna put the golf on?" And I was like, "It's the Super Bowl, sir. No."
That's a bold move, though.
And even if it wasn't, even if there was nothing else on TV but golf, I would still take some convincing to be like, yes, sure, I'll put golf on for you.
That's fair.
It's just weird to me that people care about these things.
Now, you did skip forward past the shot competition aspect of tonight.
Yeah, I just really wanted to talk about challengers.
That's fair. Tonight of all nights, again, because it's so exclusive, we figured we'd give you guys the easiest chance to win shots for your table ever. If you scan the QR code in front of you, if you make a post, you tag ourselves and Black Sheep, you are entered into a shot contest. The competition is going to be fierce tonight because the chances are high.
You also immediately win if you hit anyone who comes out of that elevator with a chair.
Or get 20 more people to come.
Yeah, either one. That's a joke. Please don't hit anyone with chairs. Unless there is a, like, terrorist.
Yeah, if
And
it's a
that is-
diehard situation,
Yeah.
go ham with the chairs.
I think if we have a Hans Gruber situation, you do get to hit them with a chair. But other than that, I think we probably shouldn't hit anyone with chairs tonight.
All right, I'm going to start us off real tame today, just to warm us up, you know. This is by Snoo Giraffe 6143.
Okay.
My girlfriend wants to kill me and eat my flesh.
Who doesn't?
My 18-year-old girlfriend, or my 18-year-old male girlfriend, 18-year-old female, admitted to having fantasies about killing me and or eating my flesh. She said she's never going to act on it. Should I believe her? So a while ago, I met a girl. I've gotten along with her really well, and she happens to like me back. Everything about her is all I've wanted in a person, and I've been overjoyed to be with her. But the other day she told me she has fantasies about killing me, consuming my flesh, and other things like that. For extra context, because we need that,
Yeah, that might be handy here.
she said she's always fantasized about killing people, and has always been curious about cannibalism, and that she'll eventually kill someone sooner or later. I asked if she was going to act upon those where'd we go? Asked if she was gonna act upon those fantasies on me, and she said she would never. And I trust her. but I'm really not sure what to believe. Even if she never winds up killing me, I don't want her to kill anybody and end up ruining her life. There's just a lot of things in my mind, and while I fucking love her so much, I'm not sure if I should stay with her. I'm missing a lot of details, so feel free to comment and ask because I really need someone to talk to about this. Sorry if I ranted a little. Just need to talk about this.
I feel like this woman is like AI made her out of the plot of like 9 different Netflix shows. Right? Like this sounds like the one with Drew Barrymore where she was eating people or they were eating people. Santa Clarita Diet, whatever, where they become
She's a zombie, right?
Like there's like Dexter. Was that a Netflix picked up Dexter for a while,
Probably.
didn't they? I don't know. Anyway, there just seems like a lot of there's the other one with the guy who stalks people. You, yes.
Fair.
Right, like it just sounds like she's watched a bunch of shows and she's young enough to be that impressionable. Like 18's pretty young. So I think that she just fell deep into the hole of watching these shows and was just like, is this my personality? Alternatively,
Murderous cannibal.
she's going to kill you.
Like anyone who I think it's a little sus if someone's like, I do fantasize about killing and or eating you, which is actually worrying, way more worrying than killing you and eating you.
Because she doesn't know.
No, the and or is like she will eat you, she just might not kill you.
Oh, I see. I was
Right?
thinking the other way. It's like she will kill you. She might not eat you.
Either one, not great.
If I'm going to die, I'd rather be enjoyed.
For sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I've cultivated this meat for a long time.
Right?
It's aged.
This body is well marbled.
I feel like I would put aged on it and then I would die and someone would scratch out aged and write down weathered.
Yeah.
But even if this person, you trust them, how the fuck are you chill with her being like, I will kill. I will. One day I will murder.
I am a ticking time bomb
Yeah.
of murder.
But also this fucker is like, "Ugh, she'll kill someone and ruin her life. Guess what? She's ruining their life too. And many other people's, presumably.
yeah, unless she is going the Dexter route and she's killing a murderer, in which case she's enriching further murder victims' lives.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah, we never... I feel like if she was going to be some kind of like superhero-esque anti-hero guy, it would have been in this.
What?
Probably. Like she would have...
Like, oh, yes.
it
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
Noted.
Well, she hasn't killed yet, so we don't know. We also don't know this dude. Maybe this guy's terrible too.
Maybe.
Maybe he deserves to be killed and or eaten.
Maybe he's really tasty.
Hey, does he look delicious? That's another thing. He's like,
There is a small picture. I don't know if that's him, but he doesn't look very tasty to me.
it does look like the guy from The Good Doctor from here, from
Kinda
my
does,
stance.
actually. Famed for not looking tasty.
Yeah, I can't think of a least tasty looking man than the young boy child from The Good Doctor. Is that, has anyone watched The Good Doctor? Wait, is that what it's called?
How would you rate him on a scale of 0 to tasty?
Tasty being the tastiest.
Yeah.
He's too
He
skinny.
is too skinny, yeah.
But
That you're curiously missing whether or not what little meat he has would be tasty.
yeah. For me, I don't know. I brought this up because I don't know if he looks really young, so I don't know if it's like a Doogie Howser situation where like he's like 18 and is like a brilliant doctor boy, or does that actor just look really young?
He's 31.
Okay.
He does look about
he looks,
15.
He looks super young. So not a Doogie Howser situation. I think that's probably a fairly young age for a surgeon anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Is like he's such a good doctor.
Right. That makes sense. So check
We're
it
getting
out.
off track. We're delving into the good doctor again.
God damn it. Happens every time.
If anyone you're dating says they're gonna kill someone, that's bad. I don't love that I have to say that.
It sucks that in this day and age of dating, we do have to sort of put down on our list of advice, if admitting to potential murder, red flag.
Premeditated murder.
That's
which
bad.
This literally is bad.
I would I would start testing her. If you trust her,
Just like walk around looking real killable.
yeah, or like accidentally spill some barbecue sauce on
Yeah.
yourself, right? Like smear it around a little bit. Maybe like go suntanning and be like, I didn't bring any sun cream lotion, but I did bring honey. And just see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Like if she starts licking her lips, if she's
Leave all your knives out and then fall asleep on the couch with your throat bared and like spill butter on yourself right before, and just see if she goes for it. Now you have to blunt the knives first, or else you will just die and be eaten.
Yeah, maybe run a bath and instead of water, use like soup stock, right? Like, see,
Oh fuck! I hate when that happens. I thought it was a bath bomb, but it's fucking Norse.
It's a bouillon cube. Fuck, damn it again. And just see what happens, right? If she comes at you, be prepared.
Yeah.
Like, don't get lulled into your own sticky sort of situation. Be ready to defend yourself, but I think this is a good way to test the waters a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. And that's the only advice really we can give.
That's all I can say.
You also can't break up with this like admitted future murderer, because that's the number one way to get on her will be murdered list.
I was gonna say it would be a pretty like sure way to rocket up to who would be eventually murdered. Be like, oh, that boyfriend, that ex.
Yeah. She's like, I won't murder you while you're with me.
Yeah.
I
Just
hate
stay
it.
with me forever. This is from Beloved, I think that is. How can I help my boyfriend, a 23-year-old male, feel less threatened by vibrators? I, a 19-year-old female, love vibrators with all my heart. And I've shared that feeling with my boyfriend, 23-year-old male, who understands, accepts, and feels comfortable with that. The problem is that when it comes to using them together during sex, he feels insecure, as if he needs to compete with the toy, and I have a hard time explaining to him that I don't want to use toys because what he's giving me now isn't great. It's because it is, I just want to use them because they're fun and there are levels of feelings humans can't reach on their own. I want him to want to use vibrators because they really enhance the general experience, but I have a hard time saying the right things to make him understand how I feel.
Just say what you said in this post, which seems pretty clear.
Incorrect. Googly eyes. You put googly eyes on them, they're not
Less
threatening anymore.
Yes,
right?
true.
I think a lot of people haven't talked about this, but in a choice between a vibrator and a bear, men are going to choose bear. Sorry, it's just the case.
It's true.
What would freak you out more? You're alone in the woods. Vibrator.
Bear, you're like, okay, I know
Yeah.
what's happening here. Zzz. Not
What is
sure
it?
what's happening.
Who knows? Bees?
Where's it gonna go? Could be bees.
Could be bees.
Yeah.
And
guess
really,
what?
isn't
If there were bees around, guess who'd save you? The bear.
The bear
Yeah.
loves honey.
Exactly.
Does anyone, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe he thinks about it and he's like, I'm cool with you using your vibrator when I'm not around, but when the vibrator is out and around me, I don't know if that's just a tube of bees.
That's how they make them.
That is how vibrators are made.
Wait, isn't it?
I don't know if you guys know this, but vibrators are just tubes full of bees.
Yeah, batteries are just more bees all packed in there.
Yeah.
You gotta get them real angry, which is why it's so small.
Ever
And then when
wonder
you
why
release
it's like
them-
triple A and then like C and D? There's no B battery, is there?
Exactly.
I don't know if there is. I really hope
Well, if
there
you add
is.
3 A's together, what do you get? B.
It's true.
I would love to know, did you state what you stated in this question to him in this way? And if so, was that not enough? Because I need to know this before I progress with my advice.
Right, because she says like, oh, I don't know how to say the right things to make him feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That was good. What you wrote there was pretty fucking clear cut.
pretty good for explaining why you want to use them. Do you instead just kind of like freak out and just go, I can only come with the B tube, and like maybe that's it? And then he's like, well, that makes me feel like shit. Like I don't know.
I think like it's a little honey, a little treat. You gotta like bribe him, and you'd be like, no, I'm using this vibrator to free up your hands to grab my tits, because then he'll be like, yes, I don't need to use a hand on your clit. You've got that covered. Vibrator's helping me. It's my wingman. Now I get to grab boobs.
Yeah,
And like, who's gonna be sad about that?
I mean, maybe she doesn't like boobs being touched.
We're talking about him, okay?
Now we're back at square one. Yes, I mean, you just need to explain to your boyfriend, be like, look, imagine if while having sex with me, you could also be getting a blowjob at the same time. Would you say no to that? No. Having sex and getting a blowjob at the same time, physically impossible for us, I think. But I don't know, maybe it could work. I don't know. I don't know how it would.
Yeah,
But
probably not.
probably not. I don't think it could, but you never know.
Killing it.
You just be like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a possibility to get two very different, very good sensations at once, and that's what I would I would like.
Just hold it over the bin and be like, I will drop it in right now if you can vibrate as hard as this. Try. And then he will go, ugh, and it won't work. And then you'll be like, see?
What if he does, though?
If he does, then you don't need it. You
It's
got the
true.
vibrating man.
Maybe he vibrates too fast.
He dies because he just fills himself full of bees.
Yeah. I think that's what the end of My Girl was, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
We're going to go on to Block Puzzleheaded 179 asks, my female barber started opening up sexually after becoming single, and I can't tell if she's interested in me. I have room temperature IQ. Is she interested?
It is just a correction. It's a barbress for ladies.
Well, not in this guy's case.
Yeah, I know.
I do love that they're like female barber.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
As title says, she became single and she brings up how she's going to sex parties and that she cheated on her now ex-husband years ago and they were swingers for a few years, along with asking me my opinion on those things. When she was in a relationship, she never brought anything sexual up. It seems like a bit too much of a coincidence to me, I guess. Only thing making me doubt it is there's nothing I would consider flirty or suggestive other than saying, if you're interested in swinging, I can point you in the right direction. I know there's no definitive answer for this, but am I wrong to think she is maybe sexually attracted to me? Truth be told, I really don't want to pursue this, then have to change barber because I made it awkward. The girl knows how to cut hair. Edit. I would in no way get in a relationship with her. So the cheating thing doesn't put me off. Sue me.
Cool. It's... First and foremost, I do want to say that I made the terrible mistake of once taking a swing for the person who cut my hair. And it went poorly.
Okay.
So I think the general rule...
Well, the opposite happened to me, where my barber was like, hey, I have your number, and I'm going to text you about the pool in my building constantly. And
Not
I was
asking
like,
you out, just being like, chlorine's great today.
No, he was like, hey, come get in the pool with me. And I was like, you're like 50, dude. No, thank you.
Fair. There was a lot in here that I wanted to talk about, and every sentence you went further, I was like, that's dumb. The thing for me is like, look, I got bad news for you. Swingers are much like in the same vein as CrossFitters and vegans, where they will take every possible fucking opportunity to tell anyone who will listen that they are swingers. And you are stuck
You're literally a captive audience.
in a chair, and they have a sharp object, and you are forced to listen to them talk about themselves at length. So it's like, I don't know if it... Again, they say like, oh, there's no way of knowing, right? It's like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. We can't hear the back and forth. I can't judge tone, whatever. But like, if your whole thing is just like, oh, this person who's a swinger kept talking about their sexual exploits, yeah, man, that's what they do. Sorry, like that's just kind of how it operates.
Yeah, it's very possible that they're just like excited over this new thing that they're doing, and like maybe if you've been going to them for long enough, they consider you a friend, which is a very simple explanation for this. I just love that. Like, I find it very awkward getting my hair cut because I don't know whether I should talk or not. You know?
You personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if...
That's why I started doing my hair myself. I just shaved my head now.
Wish I could.
Hey, we could. You want
It
to?
would look like shit, I'm sure.
Hey,
But, because, like, I don't know, like, do they want to talk? Like, it's I'm in their zone, their sphere, their home.
It's better than when you have a chatty dentist.
Yeah, they just do that to fuck with you. I know they do.
Dentist is an absolute menace.
They've got a whole hand in my mouth, and they
Yeah.
ask me a fucking question. They know I can't answer.
Yeah, sorry, my dude. Imagine if that was just like, I ask you a question and then just immediately stick my hand in your mouth.
You would do that.
I would do it.
But, like, you know the
Like when a
second...
dog yawns.
Second you leave, they go fucking high-five all the other dentists. They're like, got another one. But if you ever do make a move on this, you do need to do it at the end. Because if you do it in the middle or at the start, that's going to turn that haircut so bad. Even if it goes well.
Yeah.
Even if they're like, yeah, we should fuck. Zzz, zzz, like, that's just going to go on forever.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot of sexual tension you can build when someone's like, cutting your hair. I don't know.
I imagine it would be about as awkward as one of my favorite failed proposal stories, which, do you guys know the Edge Walk in Toronto? So On the edge walk, you go, and it takes about an hour because you go around like various things, and you're all kind of like chained together, so like you can't leave. But a couple got halfway through. He proposed. She said no. He got very upset. But then there was a half an hour left, and they were in the middle of everybody else. So they had to just like awkwardly shuffle around. And apparently, it was just the fucking worst.
The worst was him just kept being like,
he kept trying to
just
jump.
trying to jump up, and just like, God damn it. Yeah. Also, in my personal opinion, you got to weigh pros and cons of or like asking people out. And if it doesn't go the way you want, you need to be prepared to never go there again.
Yes.
Also that.
You need to be cool, and
cool.
being cool includes never going there again. Maybe moving city.
I remember, so there's a bar that I really, really like. I won't say it because I don't want it to become too cool because I have that power.
Yeah, definitely.
All
the 6 people in here are going to go.
Yeah, they're fucking. I can see people getting ready to fucking leave.
They all have their phones out.
Yeah.
They're writing it down.
Not today. You'll have to follow my blog. Anyway, I matched with one of the bartenders there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're very cute, but unfortunately, the quality of the wings at the bar that you work at are hotter than you." And I don't mean that in a bad way. She was very attractive, and I loved talking to her when I was at the bar. But the second I matched with her, I was like, unmatch. Nope.
Yeah, you can't
Sorry,
risk it.
the wings there are too good, and I'm not giving those up.
Yeah.
When we inevitably stop seeing each other or whatever.
Yeah. Step 1, how good that haircut.
Yeah.
Step 2, not during the haircut.
Nope.
Step 3,
Be cool.
be cool.
Be cool.
Yeah, just at the end be like, hey, you said you'd introduce me to swinging. How about we solo swing together?
That. Okay, sure.
You'll get the response you need after that.
Yeah,
she will
she'll
either
know,
be like,
yeah.
what the fuck, no, or yes. And
Okay,
either way,
yeah.
you've done it. And now you need a new hairdresser.
We've got a little bit of time left in this, and I want to get this question out because it makes me very happy. My long-term girlfriend is borderline asexual. She has very little libido, and I'm fine with that. I would, of course, like to have more sex, but we've been together for over 10 years, and I love her so much that it's not an issue at all. We have sex maybe 5 or 6 times a year. This isn't the problem. The problem is that I know when we're going to have sex because it's always when she watches The Mummy Returns. Every time she watches the movie...
I get it, man.
I get it, yeah.
Rachel Weisz?
Every time she watches the
Nooks
movie...
on the Moon?
Yes, I know. She wants to have sex. Even when we're having sex, I can tell she's still kind of watching the movie.
Okay, wait. Like, it's not like she watches it and then later on she's like, hey, baby. It's like she presses play and turns to you and is like, zip.
It's time, yeah. She'll want to be in positions where she can see the TV and will ask me to close my eyes or blindfold me, and I can't help but feel like she's only using me to fantasize about Brendan Fraser. Mm-hmm. How do I get over feeling like a glorified sex toy?
So she's not asexual. She's Brendan Frey-sexual.
Yeah, I like that.
Mame-sexual. This is the best, and I don't see what the issue is. Put it on more or less, or...
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you're like, oh, I know when I'm going to have sex. It's when The Mummy Returns is on. I would like to have more sex. Hey, dude,
put it on more.
Throw that in the old DVD player.
Yeah.
Because I assume that's how you're watching The Mummy Returns.
Has to be.
It's got to be. Unless you got like a really cool Blu-ray remaster.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, because it just hit like an anniversary, right? So I wonder, was he just like, oh no, oh God.
It's coming. Is that the one with The Rock? That's the one with The Rock, right? I know The Rock was in Scorpion King,
Yeah.
but I think Scorpion King started in The Mummy Returns.
I believe Mummy Returns is the like horrendous CG of him as
a
a
scorpion?
literal scorpion. Yeah. What a fucking movie. Now my real question is, what about the Mummy?
What about The Mummy?
I just heard someone yell Brendan. Well, not even yell, but just say Brendan Fraser is so hot, and I agree.
Yeah.
But the Mummy, like the first movie,
Oh, I see.
I would say a sexier movie.
certainly
Maybe it's too sexy.
maybe yeah. I think that's like unadulterated Brendan Fraser. I think he's zeroed in on who his mummy character is. I think Rick something is the name, or Rich something. I don't know, but I think he's like. He dialed it in.
Yeah.
Right? Like he just opened the floodgates of Brendan Fraser in The Mummy, and then he was like, it's unfair to the world.
Yeah. I fail to see an issue.
I mean, I get it. I don't know if I would.
If we want to be serious about it, I guess we can.
I don't want to have sex with someone while they're watching TV. Unless that is a game that we're specifically playing.
Yeah, I can just imagine you're like going in to kiss them. They're like, no, get the just pushing your face.
It's
out
like
of the way.
when like a dog is looking out a window and you like cover their eyes and they're just like, huh?
Yeah. Have you talked to her about it?
See, I'm wondering if there's a hesitancy to talk about it because like he's like, look, this is how I have sex. This is the gateway to sex.
Yeah.
And if I bring it up, perhaps that gateway closes. And maybe it's better to like just, quote unquote, take what he gets.
What if she doesn't know?
That would be crazy.
What if she's like, God, what if she's like misconstrued the feeling of horny and the feeling of wanting to watch The Mummy Returns, right? Because like maybe the first time she felt horny was the first time she saw The Mummy Returns, and now she doesn't know which one's
like
which.
a Pavlovian.
Yeah, so instead of her watching Mummy Returns and getting horny, she gets horny and she's like, God, I want to watch Mummy Returns.
Maybe there's she had a really bad like head accident and... There's something lodged in her brain in the part that...
And it's the Book of the Dead, and he needs someone like that. Thank you.
And it's like, and maybe it's like the part of her brain that connects horny and wanting to watch a classic movie as The Mummy Returns is damaged. The lines got crossed.
And they're
somewhere.
very similar parts of the brain.
I get it. Yeah.
Just dress up as Brendan Fraser.
Speaking of hitting people with chairs, there is that scene where he does throw a chair at a dude from across the room.
It's incredible. It's one of the best scenes, yeah.
Like, maybe just pull that off more. So it's like every time, when you're horny, offer to go to a restaurant and just fucking huck a chair at a dude.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
That's in The Mummy, though, so it might not work. You might just get arrested.
I don't know what happened in The Mummy Returns apart from Nightmare Rock, Scorpion Boy.
Yeah.
If you feel bad about it, talk to her. You're like, hey... It's weird that the only time we have sex is when you put this movie on, and it's weirder that you need to watch it during.
Yeah.
Am I not enough?
Yeah.
Don't say, is Brendan Fraser hotter than me? Because you're not going to like that answer.
You're going to lose that. That's going to be a bad,
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Yeah.
Or that you already know the answer to.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got to talk about it. If it's making you sad, you gotta.
You got to talk about it.
You gotta.
I really do hope she's like, oh shit! Yeah,
wait,
you're right.
What?
yeah, damn, you're right. Yeah, you got me.
She looks at her sex calendar and she looks at her mummy calendar and they just fit perfectly. She's like, huh?
That's gonna do it for Act 1, friends. There is still plenty of time to get in on that shot competition.
Shot competition.
Questions. Yeah, if you've got a question, please get writing, and we will grab it and we'll answer it in our next break. Also, we didn't mention it. If you want us to review your Tinder profile, just scan the QR code on the thing. It'll bring you to our Instagram, I believe, and then just send it. We want to see the text. Not just
we
the
don't
picture.
really care about the pictures unless it's something fucking wild.
If you got a crazy picture, you got to include it. But
if you're like the one guy who was naked on a horse, yes, we need to see it.
Otherwise, just the text.
Yeah.
And we will see you in about 10-15 minutes. We love you.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, we're back. I before we get into the questions, because we have some questions here, I want to talk about a thing that happened to me. Today I was working at a coffee shop, and I wanted to talk about this at the beginning of the show, but then I forgot. And I witnessed quite possibly one of the most uncomfortable first dates of my life. And I'm a bartender. I see a lot of them. But it was this dude and a lady, and the dude did roll up on a scooter, which was
great power move.
Pretty cool. And it wasn't even, thank you. It wasn't even an electric scooter. It was like a Razor scooter. And I was like, that's a kick-ass bold choice to show up to a date as a grown-ass man.
Hell yeah.
But
did he have a braided beard?
No, he was,
different
for
guy.
all intents and purposes, looked like I would have been like, you are a completely adjusted man. He did do, I assume, cool like spins and shit on his way, because what else would you have a scooter for? Mm-hmm. Anyway, believe it or not, this story isn't about him.
Okay.
So they sit down and they're like right in front of me, and I'm working, And they were talking. I wasn't paying any attention to them for a while, and then she was fairly loudly declaring that like she was a sex worker. And because of the nature of the show, I kind of like I perked up a little bit and was listening, and I was like, I'm really interested to see how this guy's going to react to this.
Yeah. Scooter people not famed for being
renowned
chill.
for being terrible. We're really coming for a scooter crowd today.
I know.
The two guys at the bar are like hiding their razors right now. Oh, fuck. And so he was like, oh, like, cool. Like, if you don't mind, like, what do you do? And she was like,
She was like, podcast. And he was like, ugh.
no, she was like, I'm a dancer. Like, I'm a stripper. And he was like, oh, awesome, cool. Like, if you don't mind, like, where do you dance? And like, whatever. And she's like, oh, I don't really do it anymore. The studio that I did it at is closed. And he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, I used to do it at this place. And she was talking about pole dancing classes.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Which is working out.
Yeah,
and not sex work
in any way, shape, or form.
And he was very confused, and like he like clarified. I was like, she was like, "Oh no, I was never a stripper. I just
went to pole dancing.
I
classes?
went to pole dancing classes.
Cool."
And then he was like, "Huh, okay." And I was like, "Oh, a weird move." But I was like, maybe this is a test.
Maybe that
right?
That does
like,
seem like. Are you gonna freak out?
Maybe
you're
she
cool.
was like, I'm gonna.
Yeah, she saw the scooter, got scared.
She was like, if anyone needs a shit test, it's this man. And then, like 5 minutes later, she was like, "Oh, I do cam girl work," and I was like, "Okay."
I have Zoom meetings in my office.
So, the cam girl work was she played Pokemon on Twitch during the fucking pandemic.
Okay.
And I was like, "Is this more tests, or do you just not understand?"
Now, did he hear that and then just kind of be like, nude?
Right, and I was like, "It's
Did
Twitch.
she just not know what things mean?
I don't know."
Okay.
And then it culminated in it was a lot of that. It was a lot of like her saying a thing that sounded cool, and then him being interested in it, and then her immediately not being cool. But then at the end of it, he finally got to talk for like 30 seconds, and he had mentioned that he had just came back from like a backpacking trip. The scooter makes sense now.
Yeah. And
then he was like, oh yeah, I was like backpacking. She's like, oh, I fucking love traveling. I try to like take a big trip with my friend every year, and it's like, you know, it's a really important thing for me. I love traveling so much. Now I did pose this question to someone in the room, and he got it correct. Where do you think this big trip is?
Hamilton.
Think less specific and more general.
Canada.
No, this is bad. It's a cottage in Barrie.
Damn. Yeah. Fucking Mrs. Worldwide here.
So I was like, my dude, like I was really, really sad because I was facing her, so his back
You couldn't
was to
see
me.
his face
so
as he just died more.
I
and more.
couldn't mouth run, go.
He doesn't need. No, you mouth scoot.
Yeah. For God's sakes, man, get on that fucking scooter and pump those legs as fast as you can. Do a couple cool spins as well.
How did it end?
He did say that I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention towards the end because it got boring again. Not that wasn't ever boring because she said nothing cool. But they hugged and he disappeared in a flash of silver and
And rubber.
and fake rubber. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope that it goes nowhere because I think Scooter Man deserves better.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Which is something I never thought I'd say.
That's a phrase I never thought I would say about anyone. Anyway, let's do some questions.
I give you 2 from here.
Okay.
Throw them haphazardly. Is Brendan Fraser attractive? Phil doesn't think so. Sad face. Obviously.
We found out who's getting a chair thrown at them today.
I don't know why I'm going for my second one, but I'm doing it. Fuck
Okay.
you. My friend, let's call her Andrea, clearly hates men and keeps talking about some bear. How do I convince her she's a lesbian?
Okay. This is bad.
Who wrote this?
Well, we found the second person to get hit with a chair.
We're gonna run out of chairs. I vote for the bear.
Yeah, the bear always wins. Should we talk about? Do you guys know what the bear thing is? Does everyone in here know what the bear thing is?
We already did that
Do you know
last
what the bear?
episode.
Do you know what we're talking about? The bear, the choice between bear
Not the
and men?
cooking show.
That means different things to me.
Also not that.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, even in that scenario, I think I would
And people would still choose the bear. Yeah.
choose the bear. Yeah, I think the bear still wins in this scenario.
Yeah. Bears always win.
Okay, I have two questions. Hopefully these
I'm
are.
not treating that question seriously, and I hope that's the right call, because if not, we need to talk.
We have 200 and almost 300 episodes for you to listen to. What's the worst or the most bizarre yet oddly effective piece of bedroom advice you've ever heard or given?
If you want bizarre advice we've given, there's a lot.
300 episodes
Yeah,
worth.
wear a camel backpack in case you get thirsty. No. Most bizarre. Do you have one off the
I've
off
got,
the dome?
I've got two, and both involve oral sex. So for me, someone once told me,
The world is gonna roll you.
yeah, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. No, I was going down on someone, and they were having a good time, and they were just like, "Can you use your whole mouth?" And I was like, "I don't really know what that means, but I'm gonna take a stab at it." And I did it, whatever that is, and I used my whole mouth, and they lost their fucking mind. And now I use my whole mouth.
That's fair. I think with regards to oral, licking like you're licking a lollipop and not having a rigid tongue. That was going.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's not very weird or bizarre.
No, it's not bizarre.
It's oddly effective.
Someone once told she's not here, so I'm going to put her on blast. My partner, before they had any sort of like sexual experiences, that blowjobs are like baseball. You have to use two hands. So
Who the fuck's trying to play baseball with one hand?
a fucking gangster, that's who. Imagine some dude just fucking rolls up and just fucking cracks it with one hand. That would be fucking sick. I would watch baseball if that's how people played.
If I heard that
Speaking of
advice, I
dumb
would then
sports.
try to be like, you know what? I'm going to do a one hand. I'll be the best blowjob there ever is.
It's all I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing this summer. We're going to go to Trinity Bellwoods, and we're going to fucking one-hand baseball
Man,
swing.
I'm so bad at baseball regardless. That's why I was hating on tennis earlier. I'm just not good at swinging sports.
It's... Okay, here we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Any chance to
Swingers.
talk about swinging, and he fucking goes. It's I think that's I've never wanted to try something more, because you will always look like a fucking idiot until you do it,
Yeah.
and then once you
And then you look like a hero.
Yeah.
And all you need is that one on video.
and
Take
Jose
the rest.
Bautista will just dig himself out of the ground, just like claw his way
he
through
dead?
the earth. I don't think so.
Okay.
Um,
he just lives in the
I
bottom
just
of-
assume the second you leave a Toronto team, you get buried mob style.
That's fair, yeah.
And he'll just be like, "Hell yeah, brother," and then flip his bat, and then we'll flip my bat, and
That's fair.
we'll scoot off together into the sunset,
That's fair.
back to the core of the earth where all Toronto athletes go. Any other weird things? What's any other weird advice you've gotten?
I feel boring. I can't think of one right now.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got for that.
I think, like, there's-
we'll think about it. I'm gonna put this off to the side.
Like, I'm thinking of it in terms of, like, general advice. Like, that someone gave me and I stuck with it and, like, you know, whatever. Because I feel like those are all, like, normal and not very exciting. But specifically, if we're talking, like, partner to partner, I was once with someone who was like, bite my butt, just her butt cheek, so hard that, like, you think you're going to injure me. You're
And then
going to,
go-
like,
and then go
feel
harder.
flesh, like, crunch under your mouth. Don't, like, and that's when you know you've gone far enough. And I was like, this makes me very uncomfortable. But they fucking loved it. So
Yeah.
that was bizarre and also weirdly effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Someone once just asked me to spit on their butthole,
that's cool.
but like not like looking at it, but like from above. Whilst
So wait, specifically, like, do not look at it.
don't look at it.
Okay.
It'll,
You have to just
it'll
360
sense
no
fear.
scope that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a dog. It's like don't look it in the eye.
It's a predator.
They'll fucking
Yeah.
It'll get threatened, and then God only knows what's gonna happen. Oh, hey, here's a good segue. Why do boys like butt stuff so much?
You know. You know, the male G-spot's in there.
That's where the treasure is.
Yeah.
It's like, why do pirates like treasure maps so much?
That's where the treasure is.
That's where they get the treasure.
Yeah. It's very simple.
Oh
wait, maybe they're talking about giving.
hey, that changes things a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah.
Porn? That's where the lady treasure. That's where some lady treasure
We
is.
can still do the pirate analogy. Treasure is hard to find, and the harder something is, the more alluring it is to get to. And I think that for a very long time, anal was
It was taboo. It was
a
risque.
taboo.
I also think it's just like porn. You know what I mean? Like porn is so prevalent, and people see, oh, anal's all over porn. It must be a thing. And it's kind of like a mark of pride. Like when you're growing up and it's like people have sex, it's like, shit, that's cool. But then when everyone's having sex, the person who's cool is the one who's like, yeah, I had anal. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Alternatively, there's a lot of repression when it comes to butt stuff for men. And I think there is a level of enjoyment that comes from exploring things that we're told we're not supposed to enjoy.
Yeah. Also, in the case of very religious people, it's a loophole. Jesus doesn't mind if you put it in the butt.
Jesus is super pro butt.
He's pro butt as fuck.
Yeah. He's okay with it.
He's pro butt and bouncy castles. Which,
Explain.
if you know what soaking is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I like how that was your, like, as if I was going to understand what the hell you were talking about.
We have a video about it.
I don't know, man. I also, wasn't that a trampoline, or were we talking about bouncy castles?
It was something bouncy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Ready for a question?
Yeah.
This by Consistent Self 9918. How do I bring it up to the girl I like that I've noticed she's peed in my car? Okay, so
Damn.
me and this girl have been talking for a long time, and we're close friends, and I've started to develop feelings for her. I swear something else is there on her side too, but it doesn't matter right now. Anyway, we go on plenty of dates and just drive around as well. Last night when I dropped her off, we said our goodbyes, and I walked her to her door. When I got back in my truck, I moved the blanket, my car blanket, for comfort. Thank you for specifying. That she placed on the passenger seat to the back, and I noticed a small puddle no bigger than a little water spill right on the seat. At first I thought I'd spilled water, and she sat on it, but I went to clean it. It was warm. I picked up the napkin and smelled a pee. I wasn't mad or bothered at all, just concerned if she was okay and confused why she didn't tell me. But then tonight, after an actual date, we both talked about, we went for a drive, and the same thing happened pretty much, but this time it was a huge amount of pee. Like you could see her butt and leg outline from where it soaked. Before going inside, she said she was going to tell me something, but then she forgot. But she looked nervous at this point. I played it cool and tried to show I didn't notice, and again, I'm not mad. I'm just wondering how to bring it up.
Was what she was going to tell you, I have to pee, and then she did.
Never mind, I forgot.
No need to talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Problem solved. This is... I kept being like, okay, well, like, there's any number of reasons why there might be liquid upon thine seat. And it's like, maybe she did spill something. Maybe it's sweat. Maybe it's whatever. But, like...
Like she had a cup of pee.
Yeah,
Don't be weird.
Maybe she spilled her pee cup. Her comfort pee that
Yeah.
she uses for comfort.
That's true.
It's like I think he's done a thorough enough investigation here that like he's done a temperature
He's
test, he's
Yeah, true.
sniffed it, and really if
He
those
hasn't done
aren't
the taste test, though.
it's true.
So do that, then get back to us.
Yeah. This is tough. This is like anything that you have with a partner where it's like any sort of mention of it is devastating in the sense of like, you know, odor or like any of those things where it's like, oh, they have bad breath or like they smell in the downstairs region or like it's tough to bring those up despite the fact that like it's absolutely necessary that you
Yeah.
do. It's a level of respect. It's a level of courtesy to yourself. Like there are things that you do need to talk about, but there really isn't a good way to do it.
I'm just wondering, like, surely whatever they're wearing is visibly soaked.
Not if it's a dress.
Even then, with this amount of pee, unless you're holding your dress up the whole car ride,
That's
there's
why she's
gotta
got
be...
the blanket.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's
And even, like, twice is the worst part.
Are you- do you
Once
live-
would be like, okay.
Are you going for like an excessive amount of drinks and then just fucking
A 2-hour drive home.
or just like giving it over like potholes and shit. Like, is that what's happening? And you're just kind of like, you know, she doesn't have a chance in hell. I think you have to mention it casually and innocently as she's getting out. Right? Like when she gets up,
I think
and
the
there's a
second she
puddle.
gets up, you need to be like, oh, I want to lend you this book, and then fumble it, and it falls in the pee, and as it's soaking in, no one can deny it.
Yeah.
And you go, oh no.
Or like,
And then
You-
you have to talk about it. That's the next step.
You pretend to like throw some keys on the seat.
What are those things when you soak them in water, they grow? Like, you're like, oh, I want you, and then you drop it, and it starts.
Oh, it's like
turns
those
into a
kick-ass like dinosaur
Yeah,
things. Yeah. Get those dinosaur eggs and just be like, oh no.
And then you look at
hey,
the
wait
dinosaur.
like 5 to 10 minutes.
And then you look at her and you say, we need to talk.
Yeah, I hate to tell you that I think you gave birth to a Stegosaurus.
Because it's rough. Like, you have to be kind going into this because, like, you don't know what is going on here, whether it be, like, I don't know, like a bowel thing or a...
Hey, it's not a bowel thing.
Well, you know, that
Bladder.
whole area thing,
Bladder
bladder
thing.
thing. Yeah, same thing. Maybe she's pissing out her butt, and it's a whole different thing.
Hey, that's terrible
Yeah.
sentence that you just said with your words.
But you know what? I will say it again.
I really hope you don't.
Like, you don't know what's going on, so kindness is, like, of the essence here. But I also think ignoring it is not great, you know?
If it was a one-time thing, I think you could ignore it.
Yes.
Right?
Now, what are your thoughts about seeing if it happens a third time?
Third time's a charm.
Because if it doesn't happen, fuck it.
Yeah, maybe. But you also, if we're going to go with the data that we've given, the next time she is going to piss a lot.
Yeah, true.
Right?
It's getting worse each time.
It's...
But the thing is, if it's been a week, you can't bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
depending on if it was yesterday and then you made this post and then you listen to this podcast, which I hate to tell you, it will not be coming out anytime soon.
No.
So it's going to be too late by the time you hear this. You can't just be like, hey, so 8 weeks ago, I noticed that you pissed a whole lot in my car and I touched it, it was warm and I
Yeah.
smelt it and I have questions. You can't do that.
You certainly can't. I mean, you could.
It's just going to be bad.
You'll just go to jail. The cops will arrest you.
But if it happens again, you need to just be like, hey, I noticed this. Do you want to talk about this? Are you good? Is there anything I can do to make sure, you know, we pull over and hit a bathroom? Like,
Yeah.
And they'll explain, and you have to be cool. Unless the explanation is like, nah, I just love pissing in Jeeps.
Yeah. I cannot get enough of pissing on your seat. I don't know what it is about it, man. This car demands to be pissed
So
on.
pissable. Yeah, if you got, hey, wait, do you have a real pissable car?
How pissable is that car? It's...
What's the most pissable car? No, we can't. We can't get distracted. Go.
No. It's a Nissan Altima. Is the most pissable car.
Okay.
Easily. Hands down. Without a doubt. And if anyone argues with me about this, what are you going to get? Chair thrown at you. This is Junior Ruff. I have a control/misogyny kink. Do I need help? I'm a male, 19 years old. I respect women. Would never treat them like objects or disrespect them in any way. I know boundaries and respect. But recently I've been developing this rough kind of kink about controlling women. Sort of like misogynistic? Like I'm better or superior to them while I'm imagining having sex with them? Like a sort of control power kink. I feel weird about this because I would never try to degrade or treat women like objects in real life. I know the difference between fantasy and real life. I know that women are people and not sex objects. But I feel so messed up for being around by this type of porn. A feeling of like control or something. Am I messed up? Do I need help?
If you engage in this when everyone's consenting happily and willingly, it's fine.
Yeah.
If you're not, yeah, dude, that's pretty fucked up.
And like the problem with like, I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. You can watch whatever porn you want. Again, as long as everyone is of age and consenting.
Mm-hmm.
If it's consenting adults making porn, then like, great, enjoy it. Like whatever you want to watch. I'm not here to judge you, and I hope no one else is judging you. But the important thing to remember, which you clearly state here, being like, I know the difference between fantasy and porn and real life, is
Yes.
that like these people, well, like, you know, again, presumably and hopefully, these are two adults who have agreed to do this act and to do these things consensually and safely and have have done all of the necessary work in order to enjoy it on both sides, then it's like, if you know this isn't like the dude who's going into the grocery store and locking the door and having his way with the cashier is fantasy and scripted and, you know,
It's really
planned out.
specific, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to think of something like,
Dane fucking loves grocery stores, guys.
yeah, produce, man. Oof, let's go. Those, you know what?
I can't. Now you can't.
I was gonna.
You can't start and then just fucking not deliver.
I was gonna say, and this might be a very localized thing, but I was gonna say nothing gets me going like those old women who like lose their fucking shit on the corner of the cob bin.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Those women who are just like so angry at the corner. And it's like a fucking Black Friday sale.
no,
And it's like, ladies, there's so much corn. Chill the fuck out. And they're just like tearing it off. And there's just like, it looks like a toddler when they've left a fucking restaurant. And there's just Cheerios everywhere.
Or
It's
like
just
a really anxious dog and you left it next to like a bunch of tissue.
yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
I assume it's because the corn is by weight. And they're like
Someone is like, yes.
like, yes,
Yeah, someone.
We've got our own.
We got our own
old
crazy corn lady.
person in the back. Yeah. So if it's not bleeding into real life, and if you're making sure your partner is down, and like, I mean, enthusiastically down and well informed,
Yeah.
and that you put safe words in, and you have boundaries, and you like gauge the comfort of your partners per encounter and per partner. Yeah, you're fucking fine.
Yeah,
if you're like, oh,
power dynamics is a very common kink to have.
Yeah.
Like playing with those roles of, you know, either a dom sub or you know, consensual non-consent, like any of the
degradation play, anything
all
like
that
that.
stuff is pretty nowadays run of the mill.
pretty standard,
Like
yeah.
it's a pretty common thing. The only problem is not a lot of people go through the necessary sort of like
Work.
conversation beforehand
Yeah.
and the aftercare in the back end of things,
Yes.
and like making sure you've established safe words and making sure you've established like nonverbal safe words and blah 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 blah. Like going through all that work, like that's the danger of this, and also like starting to lose like sense of being like, oh, this is a hard line of like, this is when we're going to start this activity,
Yes.
and not letting that bleed into
Exactly.
your work. But as long as you keep yourself and like keep constantly checking in with yourself and being like, I'm starting to treat women in my day-to-day life poorly because of the way that I'm starting to like
And it's an issue.
consume, you know, porn and letting that
Yeah.
influence my views of people, then it's like, that's when you need to start figuring shit out and maybe going to therapy or chilling out on the porn or,
Yeah.
you know, like start walking things back until you get to a place where you're comfortable. But, you know,
Until it hits that point, you're
you're
fine.
okay. You're fine.
This is by no name. I, 28-year-old male, supposedly went on an accidental date with my friend, 31-year-old male, mere months before my wedding with my partner, 39-year-old male. How should I move forward? So I'm getting married to my partner. We'll call him James, of 8 years in October. We both have been working 2 jobs to save up for the special day, with me going back to my old retail job part-time. My current full-time job is a very toxic work environment with a coworker bullying me, so I am job hunting. This past Saturday, I Ubered to my part-time job to work on my resume and cover letter with my boss. As I was getting ready to leave, one of my coworkers/friends, we'll call him Eric, was getting out. We had worked together before I left. We always got along and had a lot in common: books, movies, TV, etc. He said he wanted to cheer me up, so we walked around the outside of a shopping center where the retail job is. We talked, we caught up, we went to Barnes & Nobles. He showed me his favorite books. It made me forget about my work issues at my other job, and it was nice to talk to someone outside my tight-knit circle, family/fiance. After this, he bought me some lunch and an ice cream because it was warm out, and then he drove me home. My partner was working overnight, so the time I got home, he had left. My brother called to check up on me as I was in a bad mental space the day prior. I told him about my day, and he goes, "Hey, is everything good with you and James?" I asked him why, and he elaborated, saying, "It sounds like you and Eric went on a date." While my brother has always had a sense of humor, deadpan is never his strong suit, and he sounded 100% serious. I assured him it wasn't a date, that it was a straight man cheering up his gay friend. Then he went into his typical joking demeanor, saying, "I didn't know for sure that Eric is straight." While Eric has confessed to me in the past, he is bi-curious. Now, admittedly, Eric is my type, and our jokes can be flirty, but it's just jokes. For example, he had ice cream in his beard that day. When I told him, he said, "Well, if you want, you can kiss it off." When I explained the situation to a mutual friend of Eric's of mine, they too teased me for going on an accidental date. It made a really nice time out with my friend turn into something I'm now feeling kind of ashamed of. Eric has reached out to me since to thank me for spending time with him, and I felt too conflicted to respond. Now I'm keeping the situation for my partner, which is causing me more stress. I'm unsure what I'm feeling. I was hoping for some advice. How should I move forward?
I was about to be like, it's so fucking dumb that you can't like spend time with your friends without people like sexualizing it, yada yada yada. And then Eric is like, yo, let me slurp that beard though. Like, what a fucking weird, like, what are you doing? It's not even a good line.
Or is it?
No. If someone's like, I want to kiss your beard, that's not
fair.
what you do with that.
That's fair.
I will derive absolutely zero amounts of pleasure from you kissing my hair.
Yeah, but they'll derive pleasure because there's ice cream hidden in there for them.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Some nice vanilla there.
Great.
Amazing.
Sure. But
Now, interestingly, the brother doesn't know that. So the brother's making assumptions.
the brother is the part I want to complain about. Where
Yeah.
I'm saying it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing as like, you know, when you were younger and like, I had a lot of lady friends growing up. I connected with women far more than I ever connected with dudes. You might have guessed that by my fact where I called pretty much every sport dumb. And
Because women hate sports day. Wow.
um,
Wow. They love tennis now.
tennis and F1, they fucking can't get enough of it. But it's like every time I hung out with my lady friends, and even I'm talking like young, like grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, everyone's like, got a new girlfriend. I'm like, no, fuck off. Like, chill out. And like, it's always bothered me that that's like the case where it's like the second you, and it's regardless of like orientation, like in this sense, it's like a gay dude is hanging out with another man and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it must be a date. You want to fuck
Well,
them.
even anytime we post a fucking video on TikTok, everyone's like, oh, they're definitely fucking. It's like,
They're
okay,
definitely
cool.
fucking.
Like, that's fine, especially if we were, but it's like, people can't be friends. You know? And like, the thing is, obviously being like, kiss it off is out of context, a pretty flirty, over the top thing.
I don't know if there's context where it's not.
It depends on your friendship. It depends what you say, right?
Yeah,
You know?
I guess.
If we were there, we could be like, I would like to be there holding up, like, you know, when people dive and you hold up like 10, we could just be like judging it.
0, dude, it's a fucking weird
0
thing.
flirty? Okay. Bold choice. I would have given it like an 8 flirty.
I guess if we're rating flirty, yes. Are we rate? But like, we don't rate the divers on whether or not they've dived. It's how good the dive is. You're not like,
Well, how good's the
10.
flirt?
Everyone gets a 10. You dove off it. Good job, dude. Everyone
Yeah.
gets a gold medal. No, it's like you say, hey, you dove, but you sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked real bad, dude. You just fucking belly flopped. You just kind of fell off.
And you
hit
did die.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think you need to be guilty about this because even if Eric is into it in a way that you aren't, the important thing is that you aren't.
Yeah, you didn't.
You
go
hung
on
out with a
date.
friend.
Yeah. If
Him
it wasn't,
making a comment doesn't then devalue what you've done and then make
Yes.
you a bad person.
yeah, and you're about to marry this dude,
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Like, if you're scared to be like, hey, I hung out with my friends or my friend on whatever day,
Yeah.
and I was having a shit day, and like he offered to like hang out. We just kind of wandered around, had lunch. And now everyone is being super weird about it and keeps saying that we went on a date, and it's upsetting me, and I don't want to keep that from you. But like, it wasn't a date. It was just like, you should be able to talk to the person you're marrying. And if you can't talk to the person you're marrying,
Don't fucking marry
Don't
them.
marry them.
Yeah.
It's a dumb idea.
And
like,
if what he said made you feel uncomfortable, you should also be able to bring that up. Be like, oh, fuck, I went out. I thought it was a friend hangout, but
Yes.
then he did kind of tell me to kiss ice cream off his beard. Ha
Yeah.
ha. Like, if you can't bring that up to your partner, don't marry them.
yeah.
So you need to work on that. But also, if it's not a date from your perspective, you don't, like, after the fact, be like, well, you didn't know, but you did date me. Gotcha.
Yeah. Fuck, it was a date.
Yeah.
Shit. Because it would be like, if I was, like, if I finished work at the same time with a lady colleague and we went to grab a drink
Yeah.
for like 4 nights in a row or 4 weeks in a row or whatever, like after,
Yeah.
that's just our routine of like, we close up shop,
Like-
we go
like how
across-
friends do?
Yes, we go across the street, we have a drink, and then we head home. If she was then just like, we're that's my boyfriend. Like, she doesn't, like, it's a you both
need
have
to agree on that,
You both
yeah.
need to decide on that. So like, if it's not a date for you, then unfortunately it's not a date, regardless
Yes.
of whether or not that person thinks it was a date.
Yes.
That's just a miscommunication.
Yep.
Neither, like, it doesn't make one not true of the other.
Yeah, it
Like,
also
if
doesn't mean you
person
did a bad thing.
Yeah, that person is well within the right to be like, oh, I thought it was a date. It wasn't. My bad.
Yeah.
Same way you could have been like, it wasn't a date. You thought it was a date. My bad.
But also, like, surely they know you're getting married, so also it probably isn't one from their perspective. Maybe they did hope you'd lick their beard. But, like, you know,
so fucking
sometimes you
dumb.
gotta shoot your shot.
Just do it better. That's going to do it for this act, friends. We've got one more. This is your last chance to
Get questions and to post so you are entered into the shot contest. By
Correct.
the end of this break, the shots will be on someone's table.
And they
your
will be-
night will be getting better and our jokes will be slightly funnier.
And we did, I don't know if you saw it, there's a little bit of fine print that anyone who doesn't win the shot competition does
Chair.
get a chair thrown
Yeah.
at them. Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Hello, we're back.
We're back again.
Oh, and I love how sexy the lighting is this time. The sun is finally set. The mood is good.
The mood is good.
We have some questions. So let's,
have some questions.
let's do it. Let's get in here.
Let me just turn my brightness down first.
Yeah,
There
this
we
is
go.
this is
There we
probably
go.
pretty unappealing. Yeah,
we
there
got
we
it,
go.
yeah.
Ooh, we love
Let's
that. That's
go.
good. Do you want to go first? You go
I'm
first.
just going to go first. My ex and close friend hooked up. I'm close with both of them. They checked in after the fact. I know they are both adults, free to make their own decisions, and that they care about me, but I still feel hurt. How do I move forward? P.S. I have booked a therapy session to dig deeper. Nice.
Hell yeah. Good. That's a great step.
Yeah?
This sucks, and I'm sorry. Because as much as you can be like, you know, whatever, I don't know how long ago you broke up with this ex, but I was talking to Niall about this a while ago, recently, where I was just like, we were talking about like jealousy and blah, 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 and like I still think like there are people who I've been broken up with. One of our close friends. If Niall was single and hooked up with them, I would be like, weird move, dude.
Sure, and I would never do that without talking to you as well. And we have, in the past, done this in way less serious circumstances where, like, if I knew Dame was talking to somebody and, like, let's say he wasn't there on the night out and they were, and we were kind of vibing, and I check in with Dame being like, hey, I think, you know, something's happening here. Like, would you be annoyed if I went for it? And there have been times where he was like, yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't. And vice versa. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, there was a girl I was texting. Like, we weren't even, I don't think we'd even hung out in person aside from bumping into each other while I was working. And we just hadn't gotten to meet up. And she started texting Dane, and he was like, hey, if I go out with her, is that going to be a thing? And I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to. And he was like, cool, I'll back off.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I think you need to
nice
approach
thing to do for your friends.
and like on the tail end things as well, right? Like we're talking about sort of like before anything has happened.
Yes.
Which is even like a lower stakes situation, kind of. But I think that like if someone has had a relationship, or even if it was like a brief sexual encounter, I think it's still good to check in with a friend because you don't know how that went down, right? Like if I reached out to you and I was like, hey, I'm thinking of like hooking up with this person, and you're like, oh, actually I've hooked up with them and they were really shit to me,
yeah.
that's information that I would like to know because I'd be like, oh, they were shit to you, my best friend, then I have like however hot that person was or however much
Now they're
attraction,
even hotter.
now I can't god damn it, I'm gonna do terrible things to you. You know what I mean? Like it just automatically makes me like, oh, I have absolutely no interest in it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing where it's like I would expect the baseline that I would expect from friends is being like, hey, I know you and whoever have had a thing, especially if you have dated for X amount of time. Is it cool? We've been vibing lately. Is it cool if I pursue this? Like, would that upset you? And I think that person does have the right to say, it would be a little upsetting for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how much veto power you have, especially like I think the longer it goes, like I don't think that I would expect to be able to be like, no, you can't do that. I think that's a shit thing to do as well, a little bit. But I
Yeah.
think I can honestly say, yes, that would bother me.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. It's like if they say it would bother me and you go and do it, it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
You know, like even if you're not saying you can't, it's like it'll upset me. Oh, cool, great, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, it's like unfortunately, sometimes things, you know, if you're vibing, if you're drunk, if you're on the night out, like maybe you don't have the time to really reach out to a friend.
Yeah.
You know? At which point it's like you can maybe understand it a little bit, but it all depends on so many different factors. So it's like it's a rough one because there's a lot
Yes.
of gray areas.
And there's a lot of like, you don't own the monopoly of everyone you've ever slept with.
No.
Right? Like you haven't planted your flag there and make them a sovereign nation, and like anyone who ever wants to approach them has to ask your permission. Like
And even if you did, they could invade that nation.
they could.
You know? That's how wars work.
And so like it's a tough, there's a lot of like issues.
Nuance, gray area,
Yeah.
give and take. Every situation is different. It's really hard to just lay down one rule. Obviously, best case scenario is, and also you don't always know that you and someone are gonna hook up.
And there's also like there's degrees of how ingrained you are with a person. Like, did you date for like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And maybe that's a flash in the pan that they assume meant nothing.
Yeah.
Do they even remember? Like, I think there's a big difference between, oh, I hooked up with them 3 times 17 years ago.
Yeah.
As opposed to being
Versus
like, oh,
we dated for 10 years, we broke up last week, and
Yeah.
you what with them?
Yeah.
You what? What'd you
What?
do, Dane?
What'd you do?
You found their hidden treasure?
you went butt searching?
You unfolded their pirate map, and you what? You
What did
raised the Kraken?
What did you do?
You brought Captain Jack back from purgatory?
You found Davy Jones' locker?
Now Orlando Bloom can't be back on Earth again? He has to stay in the water?
Is that what happened?
We've already established that anyone else could just like bring a bucket of seawater and get on land that way, but for some reason he's still not going to see Keira Knightley for a decade?
And then we're just going to recast both of them because they don't want to do the movies anymore?
And then that movie's going to flop because one's a mermaid and they made Jack suck?
But then Selma Hayek's back in it, so I'm okay with it.
With my ex?
What? And I think Mick Jagger's also in it at one point in time.
I think that was back when it was good because he's Captain Jack's dad, right?
Yeah. I like that you call him Captain Jack because you have a reverence for him.
Hey, oh, Captain Jack.
Okay, I was going to go Michael Bolton, but sure.
Yeah, that's all of it. Where were we?
It sucks as this happened. I think you need to have a conversation with your friend and be like, hey, I'm not happy with you.
Yeah.
I think what you did kind of sucks. And I really wish you would have checked with me before you went and made this decision. And your decision, the one that you made, in reality, has upset me.
And let's be fair, it's both. I don't know in this situation whether it's more on the friend or the ex. Because it's tough. Because it could
It's
be
the
a
friend.
month. But
I think it's the friend.
but the ex is also the one that had the relationship with you.
Sure, but the ex, that bridge, again, I don't know how friendly you are with the ex, but there was a period of time in which I actively set out to sleep with pretty much all of my ex's friends.
Okay, but that was
So-
you being shitty. Just because you were shitty doesn't mean...
Was I shitty? I didn't have any connection to any of these people.
It's fair. No,
Right?
you were shitty. You had connection to the ex. So it's nuanced. It's gray. The only perfect scenario is these two people meet each other and say,
Incorrect.
oh, damn, we're going to fuck, maybe. We got to check in. They both check in, and you go, yeah. And they go, yeah. And then they fuck, and everything's great. That's the only way this is good. And,
Oh, okay. Yes, I was
right?
gonna
Like,
say,
that's the only...
the perfect scenario is you built a time machine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm back in. Like,
You go back in time to when your friend is born. Hit him with a chair. Baby ain't surviving that. That baby done for. Problem solved.
what if the chair hit the part of your brain that makes you realize you should check in with your friend?
What if it hits the part of your brain that
makes you horny.
Connects
Mommy
the
Reborn.
Mummy Returns, and whether or not you're horny. Then, hey, man, you fucked up. It's all coming together.
Yeah, question.
I do have a question. So,
Are we getting more coherent?
Are we getting more coherent? Hey, I answered that question very quickly.
I love that you were going for, I don't know what joke, but you made it.
I did it. I got there.
Fuck yeah.
It wasn't the destination that I chose.
It chose you.
Just like Bubba Sparks and rhyming. That's a...
What? Did anybody get
Did anyone
that?
get my Bubba Sparks reference?
One.
Yes.
Two? One.
One.
Two.
Two. Fuck
Damn,
yes.
that's better than me.
That's
usually.
half our audience. So, I have recently found myself scheduling several first dates back to back this week. Should the topic of how I have spent my week come up? Do I be honest or dodge the question? I'm concerned it may make me seem like a player. Now, there's a spelling mistake. It should have been playa. But I'll allow it. But I really am not. Hey, dude, sounds like you are.
It does sound like you are.
Sound like you are,
back
though.
to back to back to back
to back.
to back to back.
Fucking Michael Jordan over here. Sports reference.
You did it.
I did it.
I think.
I'm gonna go.
Surely you did other shit.
I don't think
Surely you did other shit.
the move is, hey, how did your week go?
I went on 5 dates. You're
I've
number
got
6, and I got 7th tomorrow. Deal with it.
Yeah.
And guess what? I've unfolded like 3 treasure maps.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the plan.
That's not the play.
I'm all for being open and honest and let people know that you are seeing other people and yada, yada, yada. I think that's fine.
But even
Do
then, it's
that.
like, oh, how was your week? I'm seeing other people. They get it. You
Yeah.
just met for the first date.
Yeah. Oh, it's, I've had a great week. It was really busy at work. How's
My
yours?
dick's so sore.
Oh, it hurts so bad. The chafing. I don't think this is information you need to reveal up front.
No. And the thing is, like, if you did, they wouldn't take it like you being honest. They would take it as you trying to, like, brag or like
neg them.
Yeah, right. Like, it's
be
not
like,
going to come
you're
across
just,
well, even
you're just
if
another one.
Even if you're just coming across as like too honest. I don't think that's the way. You did other stuff, presumably. You worked. You played Helldivers. You fucking walked a dog. I don't know. You did stuff.
You did something.
Just say, I fucking hate Galen Weston. He's ruining my life. That's
Yeah.
enough.
I
You'll
didn't
bond
shop
on
at
that.
Loblaws.
Yeah. I tried to buy an avocado, and it cost me my life.
This is why I'm out here looking for treasure. Because I
Wink.
needed to buy groceries.
Wink.
You are fine. I think, like I said, I think it's always great to be upfront and let people know that, like, you're seeing other people. On a first date, if the person doesn't immediately assume that you're also, like, you're seeing other people, I'm assuming you're meeting these people on dating apps. They are there meeting other people as well. If they aren't also talking to multiple people at the same time as they're talking to you, I assume they're a liar or lame.
And
Right?
like, hey, if they want to, that's fine. But if they expect you to, they whack.
They whack. Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, you don't have to divulge this information. I think if it gets more serious, I think always setting parameters for relationships, especially early on, is very healthy and very
For sure.
normal. And just being like, I'm going to continue to see other people while we pursue this relationship, and I expect and encourage you to do the same, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you want, be honest, be open.
Yeah.
Make it clear as to what you're looking for and what your expectations are. You're fine. But
like-
I don't think on a first date you need to divulge how many dates you have scheduled that week.
Yes, and even then, it's like being like, hey, I'm going to see, like, I want to see other people. You can see other people. We're not at that stage yet. Is a better conversation than, I've got back-to-back-to-back dates every week. Like, that's also not the play.
It's not.
I'm going to hit you with a question.
Okay.
This is a dunk. Girl asked me to try her drink. Ghosted. Am I just not gaming enough? Last 3 dates.
Hey, that was not a long sentence, but I had no idea what the next word you were going to say was going to be.
Last 3 dates. 2 girls asked me to try their drinks. They also tried mine. In my mind, I'm assuming they like me, since why would they want my lips on their drinks if they didn't, right?
It's like kissing through, connected properties.
But those girls ended up ghosting me right after. Conversation was good, slightly flirty. However, no kino, physical escalation. Besides the initial hug, goodbye hug, and minor lower back touch to direct them certain directions.
Love that.
Am I tripping? Do I need to step my game up?
What? You didn't give
that's-
me any of the context I need to know. As because he says, a goodbye and a hello hug.
And then
so
he
someone
directed them,
Like-
from the control point of the back, which we all know.
And so, in my mind, what's happened, based on what the information we've received, is a woman walked up to you and was like, "Hey, hug, try this. Cool, let me have this. Bye, hug," and then you scoot her on her way. What the fuck just happened?
So he did say there were dates. So I assume it wasn't
Oh,
just...
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, it's fine. Last 3 dates, 2 girls asked me to try their drinks. Now, there's a glimmer in here, I think.
Yeah,
Do you want to know what the glimmer is? Do you know what the glimmer is?
that there's one girl who didn't.
And she's dead. No. Why would a girl be like, "Oh, I'll try your drink," and then ghost him? Or, sorry, try my drink.
Roofies.
They are like, it's like a fucking regent in a movie where they're like having a meeting with an enemy.
Yes.
And they go, "You drink my wine, sir."
Yeah,
They're like, you're so
they
creepy.
pour from the goblet and be like, "Oh, really? You think I've poisoned it?" And then they pour a glass
Yes.
and you're just like,
You're
see?
so creepy. She's like, "Try this drink."
Yeah.
And that's why you're ghosted, because
See, that's
they-
what I was thinking. And it's even worse that it was on a date. But also, where are you going and what are the drinks? Are you going to a cool cocktail bar and
And they're like, "Try this fucking drink," and you're
It's
like,
great.
"Wait, why?"
or did you go to like a shitty sports bar and you both ordered Bud Light and she's like, "Hey, give this a whirl. Maybe this will blow your mind. Try this neat
Have
drink."
you ever
here."
had Stella?
Yeah. Have you had a beer before? Like, there's so much information I need here. Because, if you're going to a place like, perhaps, best bar in Canada, Civil Liberties, and a bartender makes you a custom cocktail.
Beautiful, based on a 1960s French cocktail.
Yeah, that has a whole story behind it that you'll never probably ever have made for you again. And they're like, "Hey, try
It's
this in."
popping. It's a cool color.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that. But
Yeah.
yes, if they ordered a rum and coke and it arrived while they were in the bathroom and they were like, you first, then perhaps check your fucking steez.
Yeah, the best is either way, you're wrong. Because if they're like, "Hey, try this cool cocktail," and you're like, "What does it mean? What does she mean by this?"
does she want from
then
this?
I understand why they ghosted you. And if they
Yeah.
also think you're so creepy that you drugged their drink, I also understand why they ghosted you.
Yeah, you've dropped the ball regardless of what court you're playing in. More sports references. What am I
Damn,
doing?
you're on point.
What's happening?
It's the TFC game just flowing through
It's
you.
true. The sports energy has reinvigorated me. Take that, high school bullies. Yeah, don't be fucking weird about shit. Let's do a quick question because this is an audience one. This is a bi guy question. Now, hold on. The next word is bicycle. So I'm going to need you to clarify if you mean bi as in bisexual or bi as in bicycle.
I think you got to read it. And
Okay.
That might give us the context clues.
Oh, yeah. Nope, never mind. It absolutely does.
Who would have known? Who would have thought?
Hey, my job is talking, not reading. The bicycle is the idea that many bi guys feel where they cycle between attraction between men and women, and also potentially between the guilt of feeling maybe gay or some kind of gay imposter. Have you ever heard of this and any opinions on that? Hey, let me tell you, no, I haven't, because I thought you were talking about a bike.
Well, every time I cycle into work, I'm going to have a little crisis of faith.
Now it's going to have an existential crisis. He's like, "Oh, God, I'm a bicycle guy right now."
So you know what? Something does really make sense to me here, and it's it's how this works, because if you see straight people, they're always like, oh, I fucking hate men. Oh, I fucking hate women. Wish I was gay. And it's like, if you're bi and you start dating men, you're like, I fucking hate men. Wait. And then in a few months, you're like, I fucking hate women. Wait. It works. It checks out.
I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. It's, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It works.
My opinions on this? Yes.
Yes, my opinion is also yes. I will say, I do feel bad for, like, bi erasure is a real thing, both from straight people and gay people, and that sucks. I don't know why that is. I think people are just jealous. They're like, you can be attracted to everybody. Not are, but can be.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's
like, I'm
pretty cool.
envious.
I mean, there's like 50% of the world that I don't want to have sex with.
Yeah.
And bi people have 50% of the world, or 100% of the world.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Possible.
We're sort of,
They're on the playing field.
Include the non-binary folk as well as, like, in the pool, because presumably as long as you're not asexual, you're
It'd be
also...
weird if being bisexual excluded, like, non-binary people.
Yeah.
That would be really weird.
But I mean, it's right there in the name. Binary, non-binary.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Now I'm having a fucking existential
Honestly, all
crisis.
the bi people I know love non-binary people more, because I think they embody, like, the best of both worlds often.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I get
Or
it.
they're just more chill. I don't know.
I mean, I know a lot of non-binary folk, and they kick ass. So
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
So yes, I guess, is the answer.
The answer for me is: have I heard of it? No. Do I have opinions on it? Yeah.
Yeah, the opinion is yeah.
Yeah, I
get it.
agree. I understand.
But, like, don't...
does it matter?
Who knows?
Absolutely not.
If it matter to you? Hopefully not. No, it's all good. Once the out loud talking is good,
Yeah.
and it is, and we love it. No, never apologize. We love you.
Well, sometimes apologize.
Yeah, no, not you.
But
Though.
in this instance, you're good. This doesn't seem like a toxic thing. You know what I mean? Like, there doesn't seem to be a...
The only toxicity here is the guilt of feeling like
Right.
maybe gay and like a gay imposter, and I hate that, and I hate bi erasure, and I think it sucks. So.
But that's not a bi problem. That's a everyone else problem. That is the reason.
Well, you would feel that being bi.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
the reason bi people feel that way is because generally bi erasure and
Yes.
people tend to always use the term of being like, oh, you're lazy. Oh, pick a side. Oh, blah blah blah. Like, that sucks so hard. So like, that's the problem. But again, that isn't what this question is, and
Well,
that's not
The important thing is there's not fucking quota. It's not like, oh shit, I'm bi and I've only dated 2 women this month. Fuck, I gotta get a man in there. Or, oh no, I lost my card.
Yeah, there isn't like a fucking balance where you're
No,
like,
I'm
oh,
just straight.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
I'm just gay. Like, that's
I've
not how it
got
fucking
2
works.
girls and 1 guy. I need to do another guy, or the fucking scales are gonna.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
You're not a Solarian. No one gets that.
Hey, one person got it. That's one less than my dumb joke. Suck
Fuck, it is. But my joke was better. Yeah. If you knew Starfinder, you would understand.
Okay, we
It's Tinder time.
are doing a thing. So at the end of the show, we like to hop onto online dating platforms. And we review online dating profiles. Niall has a bunch. I have a bunch. Let's fucking go through it.
We're
So the
just
way
gonna
this
go into
works is there's not a whole lot of us tonight, but we're going to read a profile. If you like it, you say yay. If you don't, you boo. Yeah.
Exactly. Now give us a yay. That was a really bad yay.
Okay, hit me now.
All right. Just moved here from blank. I am active, curious, optimistic, affectionate, supportive, stupid. I like hiking, reading, science, movies, ice cream. I will try to make you laugh, speak to you in a funny accent, looking for something with long-term potential, big heart, looking for another. Not done yet.
Okay.
Prompt. When I unplug, I like to hang out with Keanu Reeves. The one thing I'd love to know about you is everything. My favorite quality in a person is goof.
That's it?
That's
We're
it.
done? Okay. Go back. Oh, yeah, we have to get yay or nay? I mean, the Keanu Reeves, I don't get.
I was like, are you playing Cyberpunk?
That's what I was thinking too. I was
Yeah.
like, are you just a big Cyberpunk fan?
I do know that isn't the case because I did ask them and they
Or
said no.
Maybe they love Matrix Revolutions, much like that other person loves The Mummy Returns. I don't know. There's a lot here. Again, it's the problem of every dating profile where you've listed things that everybody likes.
Very generic.
So-
I love movies. We all do.
Everyone loves movies.
I love ice cream. Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit. That doesn't add
I'm
to
lactose
this.
intolerant and I love ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, move on.
Also, the thing that pinged for me, calling yourself stupid.
Yes. Don't like that.
No.
If I'm all for a joke at my own expense.
Yeah.
I love
Self-deprecating humor. Great.
Love self-deprecating humor, but when you just say something mean about yourself without a punchline, you're just saying something mean about yourself. And the only person who believes the things that you say to yourself more than you is everybody else.
Yeah.
So say nice things about yourself.
And the one thing I'd love to know about you is everything.
Yeah.
One, you're misreading the prompt, and two, maybe it's meant to be funny, but it's a non-starter.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let me fucking write a novel.
Yeah,
No.
you've sent your fucking like fishing line out into the ocean and you don't have a hook or a bait.
Yeah.
And it's just going to sit there. So specify. Like movies? Tell me your genres. Tell me your favorite movies. You like science? What kind of science? You like ice cream? Give me your favorite flavor. Like zero in.
Or
like
your favorite like ice cream shop. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, there's a great place Midtown you've never heard of. Let's go there.
Is
Like
that
that's
what you want to do for a first date? Yes.
that's something I can get my fucking teeth into.
Yeah. And again, when you're specific about things, if someone says like, "Oh, my favorite movie is Labyrinth, and my favorite ice cream is fucking,"
My favorite movie is Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Wink.
or it's like, "And I love mint chocolate chip," and you are reading that and you're like, "Oh fuck, I know the review is doing a screening of Labyrinth, and there's an ice cream place right beside." That's a perfect first fucking date right
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
But when you're just like, "I like movies and ice cream," it's like,
Wait, Cineplex does movies.
and everywhere
also
does-
ice cream.
Yeah. So figure it out. Be more specific.
It sounds like every dating profile I put up. No wonder I'm single.
This one is cool. Are you ready for this? There might be some math here. Not really, but lots of numbers.
Okay.
Taco Bell, $5 box on the weekdays, yours on the weekend. If you have bangs, swipe left. Aspiring DILF, I bet I can outsmoke you. Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, only. 6'1", perfect BMI. Hex bar deadlift, 385 pounds. Bench, 175 pounds. Overhead tricep extensions, 65 pounds. Barbell curl, 95 pounds. Front squat, 225. Hang clean, 155. Dumbbell rear elevated split squat, 80 pounds. Dumbbell farmer carry, 100.
Oh, okay. I was worried that this wasn't
See,
gonna
it
be a
was
good
bad
profile.
until it was good.
Yeah, thank God that his reverse split butt squat is high.
Imagine
What if these aren't good numbers? I don't know.
the best is like the only one here that anyone like ever really kind of brags about is bench press. No one I've ever heard of, I guess squats.
What the fuck is a rear elevated split squat? Is he
What?
doing splits?
If he's
If
Jean-Claude
he's doing
Van
yeah,
Damming,
if that's it, if that isn't his picture, it's a 2. If that's his picture, 10. I don't care that it's a terrible profile. If he's doing splits and lifting 80 pounds
over
yes.
his fucking head?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
What the fuck does Taco Bell $5 on the weekdays, yours on the weekends?
I think he's saying like he's going to eat Taco Bell on the weekdays and then he's going to eat your box on the weekend. I don't get it.
if I'm only gonna get eaten out on the weekends, that's not great.
I don't. Yeah,
Like, you know, 2 out of 7 ain't bad, but if it's a regimented thing, and what if I'm horny on a Tuesday? What if The Mummy Returns is on and it's Wednesday?
yeah. What if it's on Turner Classic Movies?
and I've
Is that-
already pissed in your car and I'm ready to go. Do we yay or nay it, guys? Okay.
What?
This one's also longer. They get shorter as we go on. Looking for my sugar mama to do everything for me. I don't clean, cook, pay bills, pay for dates, etc. I will increase your bills 5 times what they were previously, but I will not pitch in, so do not ask. I expect you to buy me expensive things, but I will not do anything in return. That includes in bed, unless you want me to make you bleed with my fingernails. Just being honest, if you can't respect that, then move on, because I only care about myself and just want someone to treat me right. My hidden talent is eating in bed, and staining all my sheets. Then stacking up dishes and garbage on the nightstand, leaving it for someone else to clean up. I won't. My parents will like you if you pay my bills, do my laundry, wash my dishes, clean my dog's pee off floor and furniture, buy me the too expensive perfume and cologne I want, etc. If I'm not at home, you can find me at my parents' house, eating all their food, because I do not buy my own groceries, toilet paper, dish soap, household needs, having mom do my laundry. And then it's a very cute picture of their dog, and it just says, he pees on everything. I don't clean it up. How cute is this fucking dog?
I don't love that dog. It's kind of cute.
It's very cute. You don't like this one?
What?
Yeah. Do we have yays? Get out.
He knows what he wants.
He does know what he wants. That's the thing. It's like every now and then you get a profile so bad that you actually like it because it tells the person to either run or weird. Like, if you're into it, cool, I guess.
Now, I know you're saying you think that this is written from the dog's perspective.
That's the joke.
But however, it says he pees on everything. I don't clean it up.
Oh,
so that would
sorry.
imply that the owner is pissing on everything and the dog has chosen not to clean it up.
I will also say there were other pictures. It's not a funny joke from the dog. I'm sorry. I wish it was.
Yeah.
There were other pictures I didn't bring because it's already so
Now,
long.
If this was the woman from the car, it would make sense. But it's not. About me, looking for a beautiful young supermodel. Prefer wealthy to rich. Must be highly educated. Prefer a PhD, but a master's will do with the right lady. A strong willingness to make sacrifices for me. Model the latest lingerie for me between the hours of 9 and 10 p.m. nightly. Brunettes only. No redheads. Leave me alone.
So the worst part about this is that they say no redheads after brunettes only.
Yeah.
We get it. Only means just brunettes. You don't need to be more specific. Although it does feel like he's being plagued by redheads, which is why he made an exception.
It sounds like redheads are terrorizing this man,
Yeah.
and
He's just fucking
I'm for it.
catnip for redheads.
Yeah.
And I can understand why. Like, that 9 to 10 p.m. slot is...
Redheads go crazy at that
Love
time.
wearing
They can't get
lingerie
enough
for an
of it.
hour at night.
Yeah.
This sucks so much shit.
For me, this profile opened my eyes to the fact that there is evolving lingerie trends. And, like, surely, like, I understand that things have changed over
you
the course
dumb?
of time. But, like, to me, I've seen a lot of lingerie in my time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could really pick out, outside of, like, the 50s, right? Like, I don't know if I could look at lingerie and be like, oh, that's so 2016. Be gone.
This is the most, like, elaborate way to just let us all know you're a fucking scrub.
Okay. All right. Okay. Close your
please
eyes.
don't, please
Close
don't.
your eyes.
No, I'm too busy.
No. You entertain the audience. I'm Googling.
So I regret everything, but you know what? I'm still going to play along. Dayton's, I would love to know what he's looking up because I'm sure he felt a lot more confident before he started typing.
Keep talking.
All I said was that you're a scrub for saying that there aren't bands and evolving things of lingerie, not that there are not various strands.
Hey, look at
me
this
right now.
picture.
Hit me right
Look
now.
at this picture and tell me when this Victoria's Secret lingerie came out.
93.
Incorrect. 2016.
Which
Go-
is
go
the
fuck
93
yourself.
of the 2010s. You idiot.
Go fuck yourself. No one's looking at lingerie and fucking picking out trends.
This dude obviously is. Anyway.
You know who
This
is? Redheads.
You know what? I feel like I finally understand how men feel. They want something so unrealistic. You have to be a supermodel. You have to be a PhD. You have to be whatever. It's like the 666.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's possible this is a joke for a bit, but then I don't know because it gets weird towards the end.
Well, hey, do you want some impossible standards?
I can hit you with some right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Actually, no. This Well, I won't front load it. We're getting a little shorter now. It's not going to be full ass profiles. Currently 5'8", 135 pounds. Dating me is like slowly and patiently coaxing a feral cat into your home. Before you know it, one day you wake up and it's trying to sit in your face.
As someone who's owned almost exclusively feral cats, this is working for me. I don't know.
I heard reactions. I don't know, is it yays or nays? Nay? Nay?
Nay? Nay?
A wiggle?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
it, yeah.
So here's we got the man's demands. Now here's the ladies.
Demands?
The demands about me. 5'2", 130 pounds, 26, BMI 17. BMI is a big thing.
Why is BMI? BMI fucking sucks shit. It means nothing.
Yeah.
I meant to point out earlier, perfect BMI. Fuck, what
does that mean?
What
What
are
does
you
that
doing?
mean?
You're probably unhealthy.
Yeah. Anyway, BMI 17. Cuss, bad. It's just a thumbs down emoji, so I'm not really sure. I assume they don't look at it.
Do they cuss or do they not want
I
you to
think they're
cuss?
saying don't cuss. Drugs, bad. Drink, bad. Country? And then I don't know what that. I think that's a princess, country princess. Steel toe boots, like side eye emoji, wedding ring, bride emoji. Presumably,
Well, that was easy.
Like I'm looking to get married. Heart emoji, baby emoji, woman emoji, man emoji. I guess she's looking for have a family. Will weld your broken heart back together. I will say that a lot of these words I'm using are like emojis that I'm replacing, and I don't want to
Okay.
say emoji a lot. The next line always has black boogers. If you know, you know. Hey, does anyone know? No? Nobody knows?
I once took a Sambuca shot that was on fire, and you're meant to like drink it and close your mouth, and it puts the fire out. And whatever happened, it like went up the back of my nose, and I was like, oh, and it really hurt for a second, but it was fine. And then all my snot was black for like a day.
So
is that what she means?
She's a dragon. Cool.
okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
Is her-
Daily, and then it's like daily, like puff emoji, which usually means weed, eggplant emoji, and then sweaty face emoji. So I mean, like, I assume
I thought drugs was bad.
that's the confusing.
Also,
thing.
is the nose buggers, because there's other buggers, black because of nosebleeds because of coke?
Hey,
Okay, you seem to know what it
do
is.
you know what the black boogers are?
I just think she prefers black guys.
I don't.
I don't know if that's
that
it.
seems wrong.
I'm not sure about that. Works Monday to Thursday, 7 to 7 as a welder. Off Friday to Saturday, or Sunday, I guess. Currently live in my car. Ask why if you want. Mama to a perfect daughter who was killed by my sister.
Jesus.
Loves cleaning ears and popping pimples. I'm severely damaged and I don't get attached to many people, but when I do, it's for life. Which, hey, as long as your sister's not around, might be around.
I
will
do
literally-
it because they wear steel-toed boots.
I literally treat you like you're my king and my baby. Both of those, king and baby, are emojis.
Okay. This makes me very sad.
Yeah, I don't care what you think. This is bad. I don't need to take an audience poll. I'm gonna do one more before we get out of here, unless you have like one that's real spicy, real good.
Oh, I do. I actually do, and it was submitted by an audience member.
Okay,
so I got to do it. Don't you fucking look at it.
Okay.
Don't you fucking look at it. Thank you to the person that submitted this. If I had 20 minutes left to live, I would, is the prompt,
Okay.
spend 15 of it spanking one out just so I could taste my own cum.
Look, we all got to go out in a blaze of glory somehow, right?
What's the last 5?
I guess enjoying it or not. Okay, we're going late here, but fuck it, we can do whatever we want. This is our show. This is my last one, and I love it. This is written terribly. I assume it's
a poem.
I assume it's a poem, so I'm going to perform it as such, please. When I'm done, can you do the claps or the snaps for me? Everyone know what I'm
Okay.
doing? Perfect. Excellent. When I speak to women in bars, I say things like, "Come here. Let me cover you with all my kindness." Usually, they turn to one of my friends, who are all perverts. And then they end up marrying Thank you.
That's so fucking deep.
Thank you.
Wow. That's like Shakespearean level tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, you know what, guys? It's been beautiful. Thank
been
you for showing up to our exclusive, intimate, raw,
In your face.
near, piss in your car show. We love you.
I'm sorry for everyone we hit with chairs.
Yeah.
We warned you. You have some bad sex writing for us.
I do.
At the end of the show, Niall's going to do a thing. But first, we have to do a couple housekeeping stuff. First, thank you very much for Black Sheep for having us. Thank you to Mel and wherever Steve, there you are. Thank you very much for taking care of us.
You guys are awesome. Thank
You're
you.
amazing. You kick ass. It's always a pleasure to perform here, and we love it. You got to thank our boy.
Thank you, Josh Eagle and the Harvest Cities for their song Paper Stars. Yeah, you guys are great. We'll be here next month. And we're every Monday in your ears on any podcasting app you would ever like to listen to. And we got a shit ton of episodes. So
Yeah.
you're good. You're good for a while if you start now.
I believe our next show is June 18th.
We record all the time.
Everything's recording.
This is a question I was maybe going to delve into today. I've got too much bad sex writing this week, but I'm just going to go with this. It's by Valuable Student 786, and this is a question. Date cancels with best excuse ever. Gonna let you all have this one. Received this about 5 minutes before date was to start. A couple of weeks leading up to this was seemingly normal, great conversation, FaceTime, and then we planned a date. This isn't fake. Happened at 5:65 or 5:56 last night, and an hour before he expressed how excited he was for the date. I have no reason to make this shit up, blah, 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 blah. Text reads, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it tonight. If I come over, I'll kiss you, and then we'll end up having sex. I don't want to start it off that way. I feel like maybe I'm truly terrified that you're vaccinated more than anything. And if I kiss you or we have sex, I feel like my life's in jeopardy from your new triple helix DNA from the vax. I'm literally sitting in my car, haven't moved yet, and I'm sitting here thinking, this truly sucks. Finally, I meet the girl I truly like, and I can't be with her because my blood will thicken and clot and change forever with possibly long-term or terminal consequences. Maybe I'm crazy. I just can't do it. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to say. This has never happened before. I feel really shitty. I'm sorry.
Damn, I usually have a zinger at the end, but I think the snapping is it for us.
You did it.
Thank you very much for hanging out with us. My name is Dane Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain. And we are
Your fuck buddies.